Hello, and welcome to this edition of Guarding the Truth, brought to you by the Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church and sponsored by the Standard Bearers Foundation. Guarding the Truth is documented by Strive Media and produced by Strictly G Entertainment. This series is designed to assist the average everyday Christian or the lay Christian in their walk through life as we're dealing in a world that's seemingly gone haywire. Our voice of wisdom for Guarding the Truth is the senior pastor of the Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church, Pastor Michael W. Boston Sr. We're here to give you information about current, critical, controversial, and challenging issues that we as the church experience in the world that we live in today. Now, this subject matter is going to be one of those critical issues. Pastor Boston, I need to ask you, if it's possible that we as the believers can be held accountable or responsible for non-believers not accepting Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior of their lives.
Well, just as I believe we are not responsible even in and of ourselves as accepting Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, because the Bible tells us no one comes to the Father unless the Son draws him. That's doctrinal based. It has to do with election. It has to do with predestination, terms that people don't like to talk about. But just as I believe in that, I don't believe that as a believer, neither can we stop an individual from coming to Christ. I don't believe that I can function in such a way that can stop an individual from coming to Christ. I do believe that we can confuse, frustrate, hamper, or even make it rough, not rough, another term, make it difficult for a growing believer to grow in the things of Christ. But in regards to coming to Christ, I don't believe that is so. I think the cross, the two thieves on the cross who died, one on each side of Jesus, even speaks to that, because even though a non-believer tried to keep a believer from accepting Christ, he accepted Christ, and a believer, the thief that believed Christ and accepted him, his thing did not change the mind of the unbeliever for accepting Christ.
Well, that actually takes a load off my shoulders. And it also gives me an understanding that I must, as a believer, let my light so shine as to glorify Christ.
That's a good point. Even though we're not responsible for it, that does not negate our responsibility for letting our light shine.
That's it for this edition of Guarding the Truth, brought to you by the Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church and sponsored by the Standard Bearers Foundation. We encourage you to visit us online at cbfc.org, or you can follow Pastor Boston through his other media connections. They are Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church on Facebook, on Twitter, Pastor_Boston, or on Blogspot, MikeWBostonSR.blogspot.com.